was 7 p.m. But nevertheless, let's get going. How are you doing? Engage in the chat box. I want to know where are you joining from and how are you doing? How is the Sunday? Mine was stressful, but at least I was looking. Please put off your cameras, mute your mic and put off your cameras. Yeah. So I would like to know how did your day go in the chat box? How are you? Good evening. Yeah, I see all of you. Marvelous, Titilayo, Bon, everybody. How are you doing? So we are going to be getting started right away. And please share the link, share the flyer, share the link. Encourage your friends, your family members, your enemies, your ex, everybody. Carry them come. Encourage them to join in. This is going to be massive. And even your worst enemy, you don't want he or she to miss this. So just share the link in your status or your groups and wherever you feel like whosoever that you know will benefit from this will be. Just share the link. Let's get started. So yeah, in the comment section, how was your day? Yeah, that's the link in the comment section in case you don't have it. Share the link, invite people, let's get enough people into the meeting. And your ex logged ex. Yes, I'll give you your ex. This guy ex deploy. Be like when I close on a very bad note. Anyhow, just paste down for messenger, any place where she not block you. We have about 20, close to 30 people in the webinar currently. Google Meet accommodates up to 100, so we should get at least 100 people in the webinar. We don't want to run into me now, so sharing and let's get started. Please mute your mic. Please mute your mic. Keep you're not talking. Mute mic. So, all right, while you do that, let's get started because we're working with time and we don't want to keep you here over the period of time allocated for this webinar. So, starting off, a lot of you are already part of the amazing Triple C community, while most of you also are just joining anything Triple C related for the very first time. So, it's going to be a very big taboo that will just start, and get going without talking about Triple C as a community and what we stand for. So, for that particular segment, I'm going to call upon our own very big daddy, Big G, for a period of 5 to 10 minutes. Then he talk to us about Triple C. What is Triple C? We've been hearing, maybe some of you have been hearing about Triple C, you've seen it on reference statements, you've seen it here and there. And now someone writes to wealth. All of us want to make money and enjoy the webinar. So these few minutes, you're going to be hearing about Triple C as a community, Triple C as a brand, what we stand for, and why are you here today? So Big G, if you're available, speak to us. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, boss. Good evening, Chris. What's up?
I'm fine. How have you?
My day has been going well. Yeah, sure, came back. Been on movies most part of the day, sure.
Wow, yeah, we came up for movies, obviously.
How about that was your own day?
Yeah, mine was fine. I played some video games. Also saw a movie, Sha. So that's why I said we came up for movies. And I made sure I rested well.
Yeah. That's cool.
Mute your mic. Please mute your mic.
No, Colleen, please mute your mic. Okay.
So Big G, yeah, like I said initially, we have a lot of new members here, people that don't know what the Triple C brand is all about. So enlighten them, speak to them. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, I can see many people here already. We want more people to join in because we have a lot packed for you, and we are going to make it very fast. If we're going to extend more than 8 p.m., it's going to be 5 minutes after 8. So those people that want to come in later on or join in late, or you come and you discover that we've ended the webinar has ended and you miss out on a lot. So if you have your friends that are not yet here, please, you can message them, share the link. Now you can share the link on your WhatsApp status. Let's get more people joining so that we'll start. So who is Triple C, or what is Triple C? Triple C, it's an acronym that's just CCC, three C's, for commitment, consistency, and creativity. It also means the content creation challenge. So Triple C started in September 2021, last year September. So it's more like myself and Bridget. We've seen the challenges most writers face with the issue of consistency. It's always very difficult to write consistently. Sometimes you pick an article and you want to write, you could spend 1 week trying to write an article and you discover you're not even done with it. So it was difficult for most people. We had experienced it. So we were like, okay, what should we do? We decided to create a challenge that would help writers write consistently, write daily for 30 days. So that was the idea. So we brought in writers to the group. We started with ourselves. We wrote for 30 days, using that period to educate people about everything about around content writing. Then the next month, they joined in the challenge. So the people in the group joined in and they continue writing for 30 days. So it's been going on. So we've done 6 different cohorts where we bring writers. Sometimes we have over 300 people joining the group. And any day you don't write, you get evicted from the group. So that's how it's been going. And sometimes we discover at the end we have 60 people, we have 100 people. So it's been like that, and it's been amazing. Many people have joined the challenge, and before the end of the challenge, you're already getting gigs, because once you start writing and putting your work in public, that's one thing we promote at Triple C: building in public, writing in public. So you not just come and write and submit something. You must post your work, and you're sending the link of your work to the group. That's what you're submitting every day. So we encourage people to build in public. And also, every day you share your work, we review your content, check for the mistakes you make corrections. So we've been doing that. And always been a free community, a free challenge up till 6.0. So we've been giving out a lot of value. So in the course, initially we started with just helping writers stay accountable. But we discovered that a lot of a lot of people that joined the challenge were people who had zero knowledge about content writing. So we decided that, okay, let's try to create an all-inclusive platform that even newbies can benefit from, intermediate writers, people that have been writing. Then we also create a package and things for even others that have been writing for a while. So we've been evolving and we've been adding a lot of things. So basically that's what we do. Triple C is just a writing body, a community of writers that help writers, people that want to start. We help you start. Those that have been writing and they're struggling with consistency, we help you write consistently. Those that have been writing but they've not been able to earn from their writing, we also have a plan, and we also create organized programs and packages that would help you learn how to earn from your writing. That's basically who we are at Triple C. I hope I was able to do justice to that. Chris?
All right, that was a very, very amazing. I don't know if I should call it opening speech or what. That was a very amazing one from G Suite. Moving on, I hope if you have any questions based on what you've asked so far, you could always drop them in the comment section. But I really feel he made justice to it. So before I proceed, permit me to welcome my co-host. Yeah, I have someone co-hosting this webinar tonight with me. So Doka, say hi to the family. Please mute your mic and close the camera,
Good evening, everybody. I hope the noise is not too much, Chris.
please. Yeah, somehow. How are you doing?
I'm fine, I'm fine. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to this webinar, and we are happy to see all of you. For those of you that have been attending our webinars or even spaces, you would know that we always deliver, even more than we promise. So I would urge you not to leave your seat, because as you know, this meet can only, accommodate like 100 people. So leaving your seat to mean you're giving room for someone else to take your seat, and if you come back and the room is full, you wouldn't be able to join, and we don't want that for you, and I'm sure you don't want that for yourself, because it's going to be value packed. So stay on your seat and let's learn and enjoy together. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Dorcas, for the wonderful introduction. So let's get going. Haven't been told about Triple C, what the Triple C brand stands for, and what the Triple C community in general promotes, and what we believe in. We're going to get straight into it. What everybody has been waiting for. Even myself, I put on entry writing. I'm waiting. How do you make money for writing? Probably you've been writing for a million years, like myself. I'm writing for like 1 million years approximately. And even if you see money, not just money to buy data. But then you want to take writing as like, let's say you want to be full time into writing, making a living out of it, but you don't know how to do so. You write very well. People commend you for your articles. People commend you for this, how you put up, stuff on your status, how you show every day using, your amazing writing skills. But then you are not earning through it. Like you're not putting food on your table. It doesn't pay even half of your bills. I guess that's what a lot of us are facing. So tonight, two renowned, very intelligent, brilliant, I don't know how to describe it, writers that are not just into writing for the fun of it, they're into writing and they understand the rudiments of writing. Not just about that, they've monetized writing, they've made a lot of money for writing. They will be putting us through tonight on how we can monetize our writing skills. Not just monetize, also stay profitable and relevant in the writing space. So moving on to that, I'm going to be welcoming our co-founder and the mother of the TPC community, Mama Bridget. She's going to be taking us on the very first segment of this webinar. So
Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to this webinar, Right to Wealth. And I'm going to be taking you on the first section of this webinar, how to start your content writing journey. Juice is going to come up and he will take the second session of the webinar. By the way, my name is Bridget and I'm happy to be here. So let's dive right in, right to wealth. Let's start, of course, with introduction. What is content writing? What is content writing? Let's start with that brief introduction. Content writing is the art of writing specific content for a page or platform with the aim of driving traffic to that platform or maintaining the traffic that you already have. So traffic here simply means audience. So for you to start content writing means either you want to draw audience in or you already have an audience that you want to nourish. So you're writing either for an audience you have, that traffic you already have, or traffic that you're hoping to get. Now, no one creates content for the fun of it, even though, yeah, there are a lot of people out there, lots of experts. In fact, your favorites might be saying that they create content just for the fun of it. But before you create any content, it means you want to get word out there. And for that to be successful, people need to read your work, people need to watch your videos, people need to listen to your podcast. So you're either writing for an audience you already have or for an audience you want to have. Now, the exponential growth that people get over time for creating content consistently, I would agree that most of them were not expecting it because some people were just winging it when they started content creation. They did not have a class like this, like a webinar like this, where you're told the fundamentals of content writing or content creation. Some people just started creating it. And they grew exponentially over time, and some of them were not expecting it. And this is because they did not put together any strategy in their content writing journey. Of course, this worked for some people who were consistent and had good content, but majority of people made a lot of mistakes along the way that their growth was way slower than it should have been. So it's a good thing you're here. It's good that you're going to start your content writing journey with enough clarity. Let's get back to our definition and talk about some keywords in content writing. Are you ready? I hope you are ready. Definition of keywords. Let's start with the number one thing, content, because you cannot say content writing without content. I cannot say content creation without content. So what exactly is content? Content is everything you see on the internet that was created by someone. In fact, it's not just limited to the internet. content is also viable offline in the real world. I'm not saying the internet is not real. Apologies to the introverts who are here, who have made social media and the internet their home. I'm so sorry, my sincere apologies. But content is viable offline in the real world as well. Now, you remember the fine invitation card that made you attend the wedding because the card looks rich, so the couple should be rich and there will be plenty rice. You remember that? That was content. Or the secondary school poster with attractive images that made you disturb your parents. If it's not the secondary school, I'm not going. You remember that? That was content. Or you remember the school or church magazines, the billboards. That right there is content. Now, coming back online, how many of you spend hours watching TikTok dance or food vlogs or those short comedy series? You're consuming content. Now, let's assume you don't do videos and you prefer text or audio, then you must do podcasts. Like you listen to podcasts if you're an audio person, or if you're a text person, then you must spend time on Medium or any other blog reading stories or educational content. How about the WhatsApp status updates? Definitely you take time out to watch people's WhatsApp status updates or read your emails. That is you consuming content. Now, this shows you that there are different types of content out there. So, content is an encompassing word, but then there are different types of content out there. And one of that is written content. This is the type of content that you write, like you're putting words together. That is written content. And then there's the video content. This is one you watch. The TikTok videos, the Instagram reels, and all of that. That's video content. Then there's the audio content, the podcast that you listen to, music, and all of that. And then there's the graphic content, your images, the designs that you see out there on the internet, the images you put out, or the one other people put out, or the designs you put out, or the one other people put out. That is graphical content. So these are the four types of content. But that's not all. This can further be divided into informative content, entertaining content, and educating content. The experts will always say that any content you put out there should either inform, educate, or entertain your audience. That if it's not doing any of this, then you have failed in content creation or content writing. So you're either trying to inform your audience, tell them, okay, this is the update, this is what is happening, or you're trying to entertain them, you're trying to make them laugh, or you want to educate them, you're teaching them something that they don't know. So your content has to do either of these. It should either inform, entertain, or educate. Now, I mentioned earlier that people put out content in order to nurture the audience they have, attract a new audience. I hope you remember that. Now, let's talk about this other type of content. I've gone through I've gone to two already. I've talked about the according to the type, that written, audio, video, and graphical content. Then I've also talked about what what it accomplishes. That is the informative content, the entertaining content, and the educative content. Now let's talk about the purpose of creating this content. Some people create content because they want to nurture their audience. Now this is called the nurturing content. The nurturing content is the content you're creating to build a relationship with your audience. In fact, a lot of people say that that is where your content should be focused. It's called selling without selling. Now, when you've gotten a good number of people who trust you, your product, you can now go ahead and create advertising content. This content helps you to directly sell your skill or your product. This definitely doesn't mean you should only stop at creating either nurturing content or advertising content. No, there should be a good combination of both, and this will do your brand a lot of good. Now, knowing when to move from creating nurturing content to creating advertising content and back happens when you have a content strategy. When you have a content strategy. Now, that is the fourth part of what we are discussing. So I've already gone through the first three. I've defined content. Content creation comes in when you are putting out content out there. Can be any of the four types I've mentioned. written, audio, video, graphical content. Then content writing specifically deals with when you are writing your content, either typing with your keys or you're using pen to write and then convert it and put it out there. But if it's written content, and the process of creating that is content writing. Now, knowing what type of content to put out at any time, understanding your audience and all, that is when content strategy comes into play. A content strategy is the overall outline of your audience, the kind of content to create for them, and the channels you use to put out this content in order to achieve your overall goal. To have a content strategy, you must have a goal. What will your content accomplish when you put it out there? Now, everything that happens between creating a content strategy, implementing it, creating content itself is called what? Who can guess? Who can guess? Content marketing. Content marketing. And that is the final keyword that we are going to discuss in this section. All right, let's go over to the next part of this section, which is misconceptions in content writing. Now, there are a lot of misconceptions in content writing, just like every other field, actually, just like any other field. Content writing has its own misconceptions, things that people believe about content writing, but they are not really how it is, or they are not true. So we are going to deal with that right now. The first one is that you must already be a good writer, or you must already be a writer before you become a content writer. This is absolutely not true. Just like any other skill, you can wake up one day and decide, I want to become a content writer. If you have a higher purpose for it, for instance, you suddenly discover that you love writing or you need writing for your business, you can go ahead, learn the art, and start utilizing it. Yes, content writing can be learned just like any other skill. And that brings us to the second misconception. The second thing that people always say, content writing cannot be learned. Really? Yes, of course, you can learn content writing if you devote your time to it. Okay, if you devote your time to it, you can learn content writing. The truth is that just like any other skill, abstract learning will not help you as a content writer. You cannot just keep accumulating information. You must learn and also practice. You must also know your fundamentals or take time to learn it. And by fundamentals, I mean basic knowledge you were supposed to gather in your English, French, or Spanish class, depending on the language you want to write on, of course. Grammar and punctuation, when to use long or short sentences, vocabulary building, etc. So if you know all of this, then you're off to start your content writing journey, and you keep learning, keep improving, and you get better by the day. And to our third misconception, you must be profound in English language to be a content writer. I already mentioned French and Spanish, meaning that English is not the only language you can use to create your content. You can even use your native language, Igbo, Yoruba, or whatever language that you speak. You can decide to create your content in your native language. Now, being good in English might be necessary if you want to create content in English. Even at that, what you need is like the basic knowledge that helps you communicate in the language for you to start. Now, if there are other gaps on the way, you will fill it with training, reading, and constant learning. Okay? Yeah, that's that. But having said this, I'm going to put out a disclaimer now. I am not saying that anybody out there can be a content writer. People say it. This is usually peddled by people who want to pay less for the job they are giving you or something. But no, everyone cannot be a content writer. And this is because content writing needs you to be disciplined. It needs you to always be open to learning. You must definitely be teachable. You must definitely be teachable. If you're not teachable, then you cannot become a content writer, because the skill keeps evolving. And if you're not disciplined to keep practicing, to keep getting better, and you're not teachable, that means you're not going to be able to learn whatever it is that is evolving in the field. Then content writing is going to be difficult for you. Yes, if you decide, okay, today I want to be a content writer, I'm determined that, oh, you can definitely be a content writer. Yes, you can. You can definitely be a content writer. But this only works if you are disciplined and teachable. So disciplined and teachable people can definitely be content writers, but everybody in the whole world cannot be a content writer because yeah, it takes a lot of dedication. Okay. Um okay. And the final misconception I'll be handling in this class, this is not the only misconception ever about content writing, but these are the five I've chosen for the purpose of this webinar. And that is that there is no money in content writing. Who told you that? This is funny. Like, this is very funny because since 2020, I've been paying majority of my bills through content writing. Like, content writing has been paying my bills back to back. Anyway, I won't dwell much on this because we need to clear up that misconception in the next stage of this webinar. Now, having learned all this already, do you want to start your content writing journey? Are you ready to start your content writing journey? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? If you're ready, just give me a smile if you're watching this. Yeah. Okay, how to start your content writing journey. The first thing is that you need to find purpose. Now, purpose is the reason you're doing something. Before you delve into content writing, spell out the reason. Why do I want to learn this thing? Do I want to use it to make my business better? Do I want to earn from it? Is there a problem that I want to solve with it? What exactly is the reason you decided to be a content writer? Find out, write it down, spell it out so that you will always remember that, because it's easy to just go astray if you don't have your purpose in mind. Then you need to research. You need to research. That is the second thing. You need to research. It's important to know at least little thing about any skill before you decide to acquire it. I always say this: if you don't have basic knowledge of any skill, how would you even know that it's going to be interesting? But for you who is in this webinar, you don't have to worry much about this because you are here and this webinar has given you the basic information you need about content writing. So now it's left for you to make the decision. Okay, yes, I'm ready. I want to become a content writer. And when you have made this decision, what is the next thing you do? You get a course. You get a course. A course helps you to start your journey rightly. You can start with a basic free course. However, most of them have limited information. You already know. I'm sure you might have taken few courses in maybe content writing or some other skill, and you know that they have limited information. So it's always better to get an affordable course and start with it. Something that is pocket friendly, but also gives you the information that you need to start off. And then with practice and further training, you do more, you do better. Okay? Right, let's proceed. So you've gotten your course and you've gotten basic knowledge that you need to start off. What do? You start implementing. You start implementing. You start implementing. Implement ruthlessly. That is the word. Now, I'm going to just drop one line. Nothing works if you don't work. The only way to learn writing is actually by writing. The only way to learn writing is by writing. If you're not writing, how would you learn how to write? You have to write. After you've taken your course, you need to implement by writing. The next thing is to consume voraciously. Now, content writing operates with the GIGO principle. That's garbage in, garbage out. So if nothing goes in, nothing comes out. As a content writer, you must have knowledge to be able to produce knowledge. So read, listen to podcasts, watch videos, research, observe your environment. Always make sure that your information bank is filled at all times, because if it's not filled, then what are you going to produce? Join a community. A community that helps you review your work is a great need as a content writer. Sometimes you might not know the mistakes you're making until someone else points it out. So join a community. This will push you to do more and do better. It also helps you know the major advances in your field, in the content writing field, in the content writing niche you're playing in. What is happening? What are the changes being made? If you're not in the community, it becomes difficult to get this kind of information. Okay, now you've done all of this and you're ready to start going out there to source for clients. What do? You create a writing portfolio first. This is because your customers will always ask you, what have you done before? What have you done before? Okay, when people start commenting on your work often, or when you build a level of self-confidence in your work, that is the right time to start building your portfolio. This is going to make it easier for you to apply for writing gigs. This is going to make it easier for you to apply for writing gigs, because customers want to know what you've done, and having a portfolio makes it easy to show them what you have done. More of this is going to be shared in the next stage of this um, in the next stage of this webinar. So yes, we have gotten to the end, guys. That is it. That is it for tonight. In conclusion, let me do my aspire to perspire in order to maguire. All right. So as you learn and practice, you understand more about content writing. You understand more. You get to know the niche you love, and you're able to niche down inside that your niche that you have already. You also be able to find out, this niche I'm playing, is it lucrative? I'm just doing vibes and inshallah. Yes, because it's good to have passion, it's good to be passionate about something, but your passion has to pay you at least. If your passion is not paying you, find something that is paying you and then, yeah, incorporate your passion. I love writing on personal development, but if it's not paying my bills, like, find something else to write about, get paid, and then I do my personal development writing for my personal blog or my own audience. Okay, it still helps me build authority, but then find a niche that is lucrative and play in that niche. Keep an open mind, be authentic. There are a lot of content writers out there, but you need to be authentic. Something has to set you apart. Also, make the trend your friend, but this does not mean you should get involved in trends that do not relate to your niche or what you preach or your brand exactly. Get involved with trends that are aligned with your brand. Keep learning, keep growing. And here at Triple C, we are rooting for you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the love and for being here and for listening from beginning till now. I'm sure you're going to get more value in the next session because my boss is coming up to teach you. Okay, yeah, get ready.
Make una clap now. Don't you guys clap? Ha! Guy, I buy like 30 hits. What boy is like? I want to buy a thing. I can't borrow my roommate. I still dey write. Guy, almost 30.
That was
Which clap?
sweet. That was fire.
Alpha, no, I did it. Alpha, who did the same for you? Tell about that number for comment section of it. I will chat there. Alpha, how do you put in the notes? It's Alpha. All right, fine. That was fantastic. That was fantastic. If you learn something from this amazing feminist, she needs to dish out, this delicious pot of knowledge. Just drop something in the chat box. What did you learn? I would like to see what you learned. What did you learn? I know she touched about a lot of things. She bruised off a lot of misconceptions about writing. She dropped like a lot of things. I didn't even know she could do this much in just a little time. So thank you so much, Mama Bridget. Thanks for the valid packed session. Like, it's a whole lot. So in order to keep the fire burning, we are going to call upon Giswell to take over from every desktop. I know a lot of us are like, Alpha now, we came to learn how to make money from writing, blah, blah, but she just sets the base. She just helps us lay the foundation. You cannot make money from what you don't know. You can't make money from what you don't understand. You can't make money from what you don't have very in-depth knowledge about. So what she did was to clear the mental cobwebs, give us that starting this year we needed. So G Suite is going to come up next and it's going to take us on to the next session. So G Suite, if you're ready, let's go. I really hope you are. Big J, good evening. Uh,
Good evening. Good evening.
yes, yes, yes. You see the right. I feel like you see the
Yeah.
right from waiting BJ to talk.
Nah.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Oh, okay. Uh, okay. Welcome, guys. Welcome, guys. Our Bridget's section was crazy. As in, I was just listening to all what she was saying, and I was getting the valuable. Me now, I know. Okay, we've been writing for a while, but there are a lot of things you could still pick from there. So before I start, let me see from the people here. If you're a newbie writer, if you're just starting your writing journey, let me get a reaction from you. Just react to it. Maybe one, type one. If you're here and you're just starting out, N- not you. Umenda, I know you, guys. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of newbies. Chris Rest, Kilechi. Okay. Amachi, get out. I know you. Peace. I'll stay. Oh, I'm seeing completely community members. Let's wait the type one. They whine me. Oh, boy. When I see the newbies, I'll know them. All of them I don't see now. Wait, some persons here. Somebody like Peace has joined Triple C cohort since 2.0. You're still claiming newbie. Oh, you should rest. Okay, so the newbies, I think Bridget section was powerful, and you already know. He's already giving you clarity on some of the things you need to know. Now I'm going to talk about the other aspect of content writing. Bridget has introduced you to content writing and how to start. Now to explain, because there are a lot of misconceptions. She did not focus. She did not talk about some of the misconceptions people have about content writing. There are a lot of people that see content writers or writers as poppers, like people that maybe they don't try different things, no work for them, and just they try write. So I want to talk about the earning part of writing. That's what I'm going to focus on. And let me tell you something. Um, Majority of the money I've made this year, I could say 60% of the money I've made this year has been from writing, different forms of writing. And the other ones have been playing around investment and everything. So anybody that feels that there's no money in writing, then you're on a long time. I think that's the biggest. All the misconceptions Bridget talked about, I think they're not even reach this one. If you still have that mindset that people are not making money from writing, then you're still way back. As in, you have to change that mindset. If you have it, that's the first mindset you should change now. 3 days ago, I was talking with a friend. She told me, I think that chat was around 5 p.m. I shared it on my status, I think, day for yesterday. She was telling me that she made 120K just yesterday writing content for her client. She used to call him BTC client because he's a client that is in the UK. So he pays her with BTC. So when she converts everything, she said she made 120K just one day writing for that client. That's the kind of money people are making. That one is just one. There are a lot of people that earn in dollars just from writing. So before I say anything, first of all, if you have that mindset that I want to just come and write so that I can be getting peanut, or make I see whether it will favor me, or make I see whether I can get anything, more December. If not for that one now, I would say, wait, December that useless. So just December that mentality. That's not it. People are making cool money and people are making money from writing. Okay, that being said, now I'm going to be talking about writing. I want to be talking about writing a tool to wealth. Writing a tool to wealth. I'm focusing on now. The first thing we'll talk about is let's talk about the difference between being rich and being wealthy. What do you think is the difference between being rich and being wealthy? They say someone is rich and someone is wealthy. Let me hear from you. You could just use the chat box. What's the difference between when someone is rich and someone is wealthy. Talking about writing as a tool to wealth. So let's understand what wealth means. To understand what wealth means, rich and wealth, they are mainly used interchangeably. So very quickly, the difference between rich, say rich, you get money, wealthy, you get bastard money. Okay, that one day too. Rich is when you are comfortable. Dockers. Wealthy now when the money scatter. I have 2K and wealthy. You're broke, prince. I'm waiting for your opinion, but because of the time constraint, I'm just going to talk about, just tell you. Okay, most time being rich is, when you see someone is rich, there are those people that have a lot of money. Someone that has money, maybe they inherited their wealth or they've earned it. They have money at the point in time, so they are rich. But when you see someone is wealthy, the person has money, and aside having money, the person also have assets. So the person's money, he has already used the money and he has invested. The money is working for that person and is bringing more money. So look at how person has, that person is wealthy. So a rich person can be rich for some time. Like me now, some days now, sometimes I feel rich. Maybe those companies, salary earners, month end, they'll be feeling rich because as they just pay salary that time, more money full everywhere. But when around 15th, 16th, 17th of the month, more money don't finish, you don't even feel like say, your shoulder part don't drop, you don't humble back. So being rich, rich is time set, it's time based. Yeah, sometimes you can be rich, then at the point you drop. But when you're wealthy, there's no way you're coming down because you have investment. Even if there's no physical cash at that point in time, you have investment everywhere. So you should have this mindset that as a writer, what we want to teach you here is not just how to write and get rich. Because writing and getting rich, you get the rich, if you don't manage the money you're making, the money is going to fly away and you're still going to come back to where you started. So that's why we say write to wealth. The point whereby you're going to learn how to write, then we're also going to get money management skills, ways to manage that money so that your money can work for you and make more money for you. That's the thing. So the next thing we'll look at is writing lucrative? A lot of people have been asking this on writing. They're talking about high income skills. Is writing even among high income skills? Is writing lucrative? Is it writing something I would want to do? Let's know. Let's see how much people are earning from writing and how much you can make from writing. If you make a quick search on Google, like the highest paid, the richest writers currently and their net worth, if you go through that, you see people like what's her name now? J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling, the writer of Harry Potter, currently she has a net worth of over $1 billion. Okay, those ones are far people. You see a lot of people that earn most book writers and they've earned money. So even content writing, let's leave book writing. Content writing, from a survey that was conducted, it's estimated that total pay for a content writer in Nigeria is around 280,000 per month in Lagos. Basically, the average salary is around 75K a month. Most times, just that's the average. To get the average, you look at the median, the people that earn lower, people that earn. I know a lot of people that earn more than that, but the midpoint is around 75K for salary. And there are other ways you can make money as a writer, either from freelancing, either from affiliating, and a lot of other ways. So when they calculated the other estimated additional pay that writers earn, it could run to around 200K per month. So averagely, everything makes up to about 280,000 naira per month. I know a lot of writers that earn more than that. I told you of a friend that made 120 in one day. So this is just like a rough estimate. So we're telling you that the writing is a very lucrative, and there are different areas. I'm going to talk about that one too. And there are different ways you can earn from the writing, and it's very lucrative. So if you are anybody that has been telling you that writing is for paupers, no, I don't allow anybody to deceive you. People are making cool money, and people are making good money from writing. And If you know how to do it, if you know how to go about it, then you're going to make very good money from writing too. Let me see. If you're following me, are you following me? Are you guys here? If you're following me, let me get your emojis in the chat box. Let me get fire emoji. Let's know we're here. Let's know we're communicating. Yo, yo, yo. Okay, I can see you. I see you, Jessica. I see you. Like, that's good. That's good. Fatia. Okay. Now we're looking at the different ways to earn as a writer. What are the different ways you can make money as a writer? I'm going to be sharing some of them, some of the ways you can earn money as a writer. Now, the first way you can earn money as a writer is make money by reviewing products, film, music, and more. There are a lot of people that write reviews. Sometimes you see movie reviews and everything. You go online and you see most of people movie reviews. There are people that are good. You know, you have passion. You watch movies a lot. Most of us they watch movie. In the movie they watch, you're allowing it to waste because you're not putting it to good use. There are people that watch movie not for the sake of watching. They watch movie at the end. They write reviews. There are sites that pay you when you write review for a movie. You get paid from that one. So that's one way you can earn from writing. Another way you can earn from writing is through freelance writing. Another way is through freelance writing. Freelance writing is the one where you're not working with anybody. You have different clients. A client for you write per project. You kind of say, okay, just help me write this book. You write a book for the person, maybe an ebook, or you're writing your post for the person's blog. You're not the owner of the blog. You're writing, and the person pays you per post or anything based on what you do. That's freelance writing. Then another way you can earn from writing is by creating and monetizing your blog. You can create your blog and start writing, but we don't advise newbies writer to start that route because it's very difficult. And driving traffic to your blog, before you can earn, you must be able to drive enough traffic to your blog. And as a newbie writer, you may not be able to do that. So we encourage other means of starting. When you're starting, we prefer you writing on social media platforms or social blogging. That's what we call social blogging. So that's what we encourage newbies writers to do. So when you've built a considerable audience, then you can start thinking of owning your blog and making money through your blog. Then also you can make money from writing social media content. Can write for social media content, can move into social media management, can write content for social media pages. You can manage the account, create content for them, Twitter pages. There are a lot of I manage some Twitter accounts, Twitter pages like that. I think those are some of the ways I get at least that on its sure salary. At the end of the month, I know okay, through social media management, I'm getting this one. Every other thing can come through freelancing. So you write threads for them, you create tweets for them and everything, and you're getting paid through that one. So that's another way you can get money. Then another way is entering writing competitions to win cash prizes. I know a lot of friends have entered writing competitions, they registered and they won cash prizes for that. This one is not very, very sustainable. But if you're very good at it and within your niche, you can join a writing competition and you earn from it. Then you can make money as a ghostwriter, write for other people. You can write and sell a book. You can work as a technical writer also. Technical writers are people that write complex things and they simplify them. Then another way you can make money is by selling courses and mentorship packages. This one now, if you build yourself to an extent, you can decide to create a course or you have mentors. I have people that I mentor on research writing and pay good money for mentorship. So that's another way you can earn from writing. Now, the last thing we'll be looking at because of time, how to get your first content writing gig. How to get your first content writing gig? How do you start and get that first content writing gig? So now I'll give you a step-by-step process on how you can get your first content writing gig. The first thing is you need to learn how to write well. You need to learn how to write well. Before you want to make money from writing, you must be good at writing. Because you can have a client, maybe you're just starting out and you have a client, good. You know how to make money. You have a client, they give you a job, and you don't deliver it. it's going to affect your confidence. Nobody's going to bring job back for you. You don't get any retainer. So before you want to earn, a lot of people will just start writing now, and they want to start within 2 days or 3 days. They want to start making all the money. No, you must learn how to write very well, and that's why we are here at Triple C. We are going to help you learn how to write very well, and the only way you can write very well is by writing consistently and understanding the fundamentals of writing. The another way you can get your first content writing gig is building in public. When we say building in public, you don't just write and leave it in your diary. When you write, you put it out. You post on social media. You post on different platforms. That's how you build in public. So when you write, if you're using Twitter, you keep writing consistently on Twitter. If it's LinkedIn, you write consistently there. A writer is somebody who writes. So before anybody will want to give you a content writing gig, they want to see what you have been doing before. This takes us to living digital footprints. Digital footprints we are in the digital age. So where different places you've touched, you use Facebook, you use Instagram, you leave marks there, you leave footprints there that shows people that you're a writer. So if somebody checks on your Instagram account, they know you're a writer. If they check you on LinkedIn, they know you're a writer. Most recruiters, most people that give job, they go through your social media pages and see the kind of things you do there, the kind of content you put there. And those are things. So somebody can see you from Instagram and give you a job. Somebody can meet you from LinkedIn. So you compound yourself at different places. You leave digital footprints, different places. That's how you earn. The other thing is must understand content marketing. Understanding content marketing is important because before you get hired, you need to understand why businesses need content in the first place. So if any business owner want to hire you, you must show the person that you have good understanding of why they need content and the importance of content in their business, and you can use content to sell their products. I don't know if you're following me. If you're following me, let me. I'm already. My time is up. I'm trying to round up. You're getting what I'm trying to say. I'm showing you how these ways the ways you can position yourself to get that first gig. The first gig, there are a lot of things you must put in place. A lot of people have been writing for long, but they are not getting this gig because they don't know these things and they are not doing these things. If you do these things well and you implement these things, it will be very easy for you. The gigs will start coming. There's what they call attraction marketing. You position yourself that people will even speaking for you. You'll be the one that will decide, okay, let me do this one or let me do this one. Then the next thing is you creating your writing portfolio. You must have a writing portfolio. Nobody will hire you. They want to see what you've written. That's why you create your writing portfolio. Most times, you can use social platforms like Medium. You can write on Medium to have samples of your blog form content. People want to see your blog form, not just social media posts. So you should use that one. You can create your writing portfolio. But you can also have a professional portfolio. Create a professional writing portfolio. You can use Journofolio. There are platforms you can create your writing portfolio on. Then the last thing is get out there. So if you do all these things and you're not out there, you don't put yourself out there, then there's no way you're going to get that first content gig. So you must put yourself out there. You must go out there. There are job boards that can get writing gigs from, like freelancer.com, like Upwork, like Fiverr. So you must go on this. You build your portfolio. You have everything. So you must go out there and search for this job, apply for this job. Then you can use code pitching, set pitches. Code pitching means you've done your prospecting, you go through different social media platforms, you see this business, this business needs a content writer. Then you send a pitch to them, like a text message or an email to them, telling them what you can do for them, how you can do. There's a way you can draft this code pitch. And once you send it to them, they are going to get back to you. And code pitch is one of the less risky. It's one of the less risky ways you can get clients. If you understand how to use code pitches, send code pitches, or more, you will just be on your own, and you just be vibe. Most of my clients I get on Twitter, they are mainly through code pitches. I just know how to craft the message, look at them, look what they need, send them a code DM, and I just want them to reply. And once they reply like this, it will be easy to close them out and everything. So those are the ways. These are how you can get your first content writing gig. So I think this is where I'll be rounding up, and I believe I've been able to pass value. I've been able to explain to you the importance and that it's very, very possible to make money as a content writer. And a lot of people are making crazy money from content writing, and you can be one of them. You can, if you just understand these things and implement them, and you have people that can hold your hand. And Triple C is here, we can really help you with that. So thank you very much for listening. Let me get some love, show some love in the comment section, drop some love emojis, and so let's know we are able to communicate and pass the message. Thank you very much, guys.
All right, thank you so much, GC. That was a very amazing session. Like, I'm wowed. I'm blown off. I'm still trying to digest everything you just say. Like, it's a whole lot. It's a very, very amazing session. So please, while you are still gathering or trying to, still digest all the things Big G dropped, all the soap he shared both liquid soap, detergent, and even normal solid soap. So use all of them back, use all of them. And
I
notice
can't buy
you,
soap. Oh.
you're not me, I don't collect the liquid well. No, notice that you are not going to make money from writing if you don't think it. Most of you complain, you've attended this webinar, you've paid for this workshop, you've done this, you've done that, you are piling them up. Some of them, they issue a certificate of attendance, and at the end of the day, you don't have anything to show for it. So it's not just based on the amount of webinars you've attended as a writer, it's not based on your level of, awareness as a writer or your skill level per se. If you don't implement everything you're being told, if you don't implement what you learn from each webinar, whether it's a free webinar or a paid webinar, if you don't implement, you're never going to get results. So while you've taken down your notes, while you've learned a lot, try to implement them and always try to, go back to the things you've learned. Once in a while, go back to your maybe your journal or wherever you jot down things that you've learned from classes, webinars you've attended like this one. You review them, check the ones you're putting into place, and check the ones you need to improve on. And I really hope all of us, as we gather come this webinar, we start to be part motion writing. So thank you very much, Big G. Thank you so much. So I'm going to welcome my co-host, Doka. She's going to take us on the next session of this very event. So Doka, over to you.
Okay, that was amazing. I was just here and writing. I did not even have time to look at what was happening. That was so good. Thank you so much, Jisrael. Like he rightly said, if you don't put yourself out there thinking someone will just meet you with your notepad in your room to give you gig, sorry. Oh. Well, me, I'm in the toilet like it's beating with the soap that I collected. So if you're not doing it right now, you're on your own. So we'll be moving ahead, and the next thing we have on our list is questions and answer session. So if you have any question, we've said a lot of things. Our host have, spitted out fire. So along the line, maybe you have questions. There's something you heard and you want to know more about it. Whatever it is, feel free to type out your questions and then I will pick just a few. So hurry up. Even though you have questions, don't be typing right now because it's first come, first serve. I'll pick just a few questions. We just have a little amount of time and then we'll try to answer your questions. So let me see your questions in the comment section if you have any questions at all. But I know our speakers said it all. They said it all. Okay. Some questions. The first one said, I would like to know sites that pay for writing reviews. So, okay,
Okay,
let's call
Lucas,
our this way, right?
yeah, yeah. Let me give you some of the questions.
Please go ahead. Oh, go
Okay,
ahead.
okay,
Help
okay.
us.
Okay, the person that talked about site that pays for review, I cannot give you anyone at the top from the top of my head, but I think basically just a Google search, just search about it, you'll get them. Just make a Google search on them. I've not really done that, so I cannot tell you anyone from the top of my head. I think two people are asking about that. You can do that. Then Emmanuel Chizoba is asking how do I learn how to write well? I think you're at the right place. Triple C, we have something for you that will teach you how to write very well. Just stay. I think I'll talk about it very shortly. Let me just take some question. What's your best advice for a newbie starting out? For someone that is just starting out, then you have to learn. Before you can earn, you need to learn. And since you're here, it shows that you're ready to learn. And we have something for you. We have something. Just stay very soon. I'll talk about it. We have something for newbies. We have something for newbies. We have something also for people that have been writing but they've not been earning. All these things we just gave you more like a tip. See the value we got from barely 1 hour. We have something that is more detailed than this, and I'll be unveiling it very soon. Which site to go for movie reviews? I've told you. Make a quick search on Google. You're going to get them. What is code pitching? I explained what code pitching is. Code pitching is when you're talking to someone that you've not had a conversation. They call it code pitching, code DM, because you and the person you've not talked before. So you're talking to a complete stranger. So you're sending a pitch or a message to them, selling yourself and your services to them, and telling them why they should hire you. So that's just it. So maybe you see somebody and you feel this business needs your service. They need a content writer. You can help this business scale. So you go to the person's DM, send them a message. Not don't go there and go and write good morning, hi, good morning. My name is this. No, they will air you. They will air your family lineage, air everybody. So if you understand how to do it, there's a way you draft it. There's a pattern that you use, and once you send them this message, some persons will still not reply, but you have a high chances of getting replied. We also have something that will teach you everything about code pitching, how to prospect, and how to craft a good code pitch. So I'm going to talk about all that shortly. Is there another question? Size to go to build a writing portfolio, a size medium. Okay, medium is just where you write in public, right? But either you have your blog, then there are other sites those sites now, most times if you publish your content, you put them out there. I think example, we have Journofolio and some other ones. I think we have resources on all those. How do I also go about code pitching? I think I mentioned it. So I think I've taken most of the question. Now let's talk about something.
Okay. You've given us enough already. You've given us enough. We don't have much time to take all the questions, but I think you can give us what
Yeah. I was going to there now. So a lot
you
of
have for us. I'm
people have
sure
been
what you
asking.
have for us, would give us more, like answer all the questions.
People have been asking, how do I start? A lot of people want to know how to start. So at Triple C, we've put together a course. We've put together a course that is going to help you start everything about writing. It's a complete content writing course. The course we brought people. We have 8 different teachers, experts in this field. We came together and we recorded the course. I took some part. Bridget also took some sections. We also have different people. The course teaches you everything about how to get your content writing niche, how to use storytelling to sell, how to create your content calendar, how to understand creating your content strategy, how to do your code research, because research is very important. So almost everything you need to start as a content writer, it's in that course. And we spent our time, and we made the course very easy for you to understand. We broke the course into modules, and each module is at 5 minutes, 6 minutes. So you can decide to take it at your pace, just anyhow you want it. Maybe 3 modules a day, 15 minutes of your time, and at the end, you before you finish that course, you would understand the fundamentals and everything about content writing. And I'm going to be sharing the seller link to that course. The course is 10,000 naira, but for this period, we are in November, and also because of those joining the webinar, we've decided that if you're a participant of this webinar and you're here and you're interested, if you can get the course now, you'll be, instead of paying 10,000 for the course, you'll be getting the course for 5,000 naira only. Consider everything. Let me share the link. Let me share the link. Okay, the seller link. Okay, course. Okay, so they've shared the link, the seller link. So you can check on seller right now. You can click that link, you go to seller, you see everything, the details about the course. And it's a course that it's the I think it's the like the cheapest course you're going to get now on content writing. And the value you're going to get from the course is what times 10 of that amount you'll be paying for it. So if you can pay now, you get that course for 5,000 naira between now and the ending of November. At the end of November, the price of that course goes back to 10,000 naira. Then also, we also have a handbook. It's called the Client Acquisition Handbook. In that handbook, that's where we teach you everything about building digital footprint, code, sending code, pitch. Those of you that are talking about code pitches, everything, how to get clients from and make money from content writing. We have the Client Acquisition Handbook, and I think the link would also be shared here. So that handbook, it's the normal price is 5,000, but in this now, if you get it in November, you'll be getting it for 3,000. So anybody that wants to learn how to make money and how to make money from writing, then that's the handbook for you. So just go now, make payments, and you'll be given access to those courses. And if I can vouch for those courses because I know the strength and the capacity of the people that coded it and wrote the handbook. And you're going to get whole lots that you bargain from just by getting those courses. It's the best thing, it's the best decision you would make.
Okay, thank you very much. More like where's my pause because I just want to praise. Like who no like better thing now? Like you don't like good things. Are you even hearing what he's saying? Are you hearing? Or I'm the only one that is, you're not hearing because if you are hearing, I expect that by now you should be looking for where you that code that you kept that 5K. I'm paying for it because imagine getting this kind of package for 5,000 naira. Hmm? Oh, I am not just only going to grab this offer. I am so jacking it with my head because by the time you take this course and you start earning, you be like, and this course it was just 5,000 naira. I just only 5,000 naira, the thousand that I'm saving in. It's going to be it's going to be a full package. Like you would not even think that okay, this course will do something like this for you because we have experts, different experts. Lots of them came together, put their heads together, all their heads, poured all the value in their head, and you're delaying. Nah, I don't want to think. I should. I'm just thinking that okay, someone right here, right now, is already in that cellar, like, and pressing the buttons. You don't want to waste time. So we don't want to keep you guys too much. You've heard everything. If you want the writing course, it's just 5,000 naira for now because you're special. Just because you're special. If not, no, that cost should be 15,000 safe. Just because you're special, that's why I give it to you for 5,000 naira. And you want to be like you've been writing, and it feels like your village people are after you. You see that acquisition book, you get it. What did he say? 3,000 naira, and you're still wasting time. Oh no, no, just 3,000 naira, and you have it. You have the key to make all the money that have been hiding. You will know the places you've not been touching. That where you've not been going to, where the money is. Maybe you don't even know the road. That is where you see and know everything. It's really practical, and no, nothing was hidden. Everything just poured out. If the value you got from this webinar alone should tell you that okay, the courses are going to be mad, like back to back. You're not going to miss out on anything. Everything is there. Everything you want or need to start your journey and to end is there. So don't waste time. Get it right now, like right now, not tomorrow, not next tomorrow, not next month, right now, because you see that price, I can bet you that it's limited. It is very limited because that cost is to be sold out for 500. Like I said, just because you're special, That's why we are giving it to you for that price. Okay. So thank you very much for joining us this night. It was an amazing session. I had a wonderful time and I took a lot of notes. I believe with what we've heard today, if you've not even started and you have interest in going into content writing or writing at all, you should know where to start from, how to start from. And if you really 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 want to come out, like you want your beginning to be mad, you should just take the course and then you know everything, you know how to start, and then take the other one and then you know how to end. Is that not amazing? Full package, right? I know. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you very much. We appreciate your presence here. And thank you to our speakers for blessing us tonight. We really, really do appreciate you. Cannot thank you enough. We cannot appreciate you enough. I'm sure every one of us here, if we had the chance to talk, we will show like how grateful we are because we are really blessed. Thank you so much. Thank you to my co-host. Oh, I cannot see him again. Did I say the wrong one? Thank you guys. Oh, we've come to the end of this webinar.